Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another daily Senior Safety Advice podcast. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I'm Esther Kane, a retired occupational therapist and currently a certified aging in place specialist. Today, we're going to talk about sharing joy and why laughter is medicine. After all, it is Heart Health and Emotional Resilience Month this February. So laughter, as most of us know, is very, very good for your heart. What I want to start by saying is that laughter is not something extra in your life. It's not a bonus. It's not something you earn after everything else is done. Laughter is self-care, real, honest to truth self-care. It can change, the environment of a room with full of people. It can change the moods of people and yourself, and it can change how people feel in their own bodies. And what surprises people the most, really, is how physical laughter truly is. When you laugh, your breathing deepens, your muscles tend to soften, and your heart rate steadies, which is, after all, what it's all about, right? That's not accidental. That's your nervous system getting a break. And here's where sharing joy really matters. Laughter is even more powerful when it's shared. A smile exchanged, a joke that lands, or even when you mess up a joke and admit to it, a funny memory retold. Those moments connect people. And connection is medicine, too. I've worked with older adults when I was an OT who were quiet and withdrawn until someone laughed with them. And suddenly their eyes lit up, their posture changed, and their voice sounded stronger. That shift is real. Laughter can release the tension that's been stored in the body. Tension from stress, from worry, from grief, and no one needs a lecture to laugh. It just happens. I think I've said before in this podcast, my late husband was a PA, worked in urgent care, but before that, he was a psychologist with a clinical practice, and he used to come home as a PA and would tell me that the majority of people weren't coming in to see him for their physical ailments. They were really coming in to see him for the stress that was in their bodies. He would point to his body and then point to his head, and he would say all that stress, all that tension is affecting their physical body. And that's why anything that you can do to release that stress and tension is so healing. And that's why laughter is so healing. I've seen family caregivers come back to themselves through laughter. Caregiving, if you're doing it, you know that caregiving can feel very, very heavy, very serious, and always relentless. And somewhere along the way, the joy in your life gets put on hold. But laughter doesn't mean you're not taking things seriously. It just means that you're letting your body breathe. You're giving it permission to breathe. I've watched family caregivers laugh and then say, "Ugh, I forgot how good that felt." That's medicine working. Another thing that I think people don't always realize is that laughter can lower your stress hormones. And when stress hormones drop, then your blood pressure can ease. And your muscle tension can also soften, and pain can feel much more manageable. I mean, it's not like taking a pain medicine and then you feel nothing. It just makes it so much less painful, so it's more manageable. I've seen and I've heard people say, "I don't hurt as much when I laugh." Now that could mean emotionally and or physically. And that's not their imagination. Your physical body truly does respond to laughter. And I think personally that laughter also creates a sense of safety. When people laugh together, their bodies tend to sink, their breathing slows down, their guard comes down. That sense of safety is deeply healing. especially for older adults who may feel anxious or uncertain. And sharing that joy doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't require comedy shows or big gatherings. It can be simple. A funny story, a silly pet, a lighthearted TV show, a funny YouTube video, a shared memory that still makes you smile. I've seen seniors laugh at the same joke every time, and guess what? It still works. That body, the body, doesn't get bored of joy. It welcomes it. It needs it. Another beautiful thing about laughter is that it brings people into the present moment. When you laugh, you're not replaying the past. You're not worrying about the future. You're right here and now. And that presence can be very calming. It gives the nervous system a rest, which we all know our nervous systems need that rest. The rest can be so healing. Sharing that joy also reminds people that we're not alone. Loneliness is very hard on the heart. I experienced that after my late husband passed away. It can really break you. Loneliness can be hard on the body. Laughter can help to bridge that gap. Even brief shared laughter creates connection, and connection supports health. It doesn't matter if you're connecting with a person, or a TV show, or a movie, or a YouTube video, or a joke you just heard on Alexa. It doesn't matter. It's something that you're sharing with another entity. Of course, I would mix it all up so that you've got both human interactions and technological interactions, and that would be the best combination. I've seen even my own family members feel better just knowing that someone shared a moment with them. And I do my very best to do that with people that I speak to every single day. Another thing that I love about laughter is that it invites movement. You know, a little rocking, a little relaxed posture, a deep breath. And if you're Sicilian or Italian like me, your hands tend to go everywhere. So that is definitely movement. Movement plus joy improves your circulation, and that supports your heart health. It's not exercise, it's ease, and ease matters. So here's something important that I also want to say. You don't have to wait until things are perfect to laugh. If you do, you might miss a lot of moments of laughter. You don't have to wait for the day to be great or the meal to be perfect or anything. It's especially helpful when you have a bad moment or day. Laughter can exist alongside your grief. Believe me, it can. Alongside your stress and alongside uncertainty. It doesn't cancel hard things out. It just softens them. And sometimes that softness is what helps people keep going. Sharing joy is, in my opinion, an act of absolute generosity. When you laugh with someone, you're offering them relief as well as yourself. You're offering connection to them and to yourself. And you're offering a little bit of humanity, which we all know the world definitely needs. And that offering goes both ways. So if today feels heavy, try finding one small moment of laughter, a smile, a chuckle, a shared moment. That's enough. It's enough to help you get through. You don't really need more than that, because laughter really, really is medicine, and sharing it multiplies the healing. So I would recommend to set up a weekly movie day, lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever, with a friend or a group, and watch a favorite comedian or share your comedians on YouTube, or a funny show or joke or anything at all. You can call it the Laughter Club. Well, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you again for listening and being here with me. If today's episode gave you some useful insights or, hey, any new ideas, then please share it with someone who you think might find it helpful as well. You can discover even more expert tips and helpful guides for seniors and caregivers at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And if you're searching for aging in place specialist or senior care services, then please visit our website, at aginginplacedirectory.com. And come back tomorrow for even more useful tips, insights, and ideas right here on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. And hey, if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel or the podcast yet, please go ahead and do that right now. Give us your reviews, your comments. All of that really helps us to reach more people who could use this kind of support and information. So until next time, take care of yourself and the ones that you love.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.